Yo, all right, y'all boys. Today is Monday, September 8th. No News Monday. Now, I want to show you news, and let's just foreshadow what's coming up in the week because I feel like this week is important. Let's go to Forex Factory. So, today is Monday, September 8th. No news. Tomorrow, no news. Wednesday, PPI. Thursday, CPI and unemployment claims. And then Friday, consumer sentiment, inflation expectations. So, and if you have not seen the past, my past video, September is historically said as one of the worst months for the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq, because more than half of each year prices showed up to negative 1% for the year. That's been September throughout the last however many years you want to go back. I forget how many specific years, but negative 1% more than half of the time. So, with that in mind, along with the fact that we have a lot of news coming up, and there were claims that the Fed is cutting rates this September. So, with all that in mind, this week is pretty important for that information. And with all this information in confluence with the fact that September is historically one of the bearish months, and I've never traded a September, so I'm like, I don't know. So with all of these things in mind, I just had the spontaneous thought to say I might just make a commitment now on this video today, Monday, September 8th. No trades for September. I will do a no trade challenge. Just sitting here on my hands. I want to learn a lot. But at the same time, there's no risk on the table. But I guess if I do this month of no trading, because it's not even a full month, it's just the rest of September of no trading, I would likely have more money. I would have an additional $80 to spend next month. I could put that into stocks, and then because I can still invest, which is no day trading. So maybe I might do that challenge. Oh, fuck it. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna watch each market open. This would be crazy. Wonder if it'll change my perspective. I had the thought to do it, and I feel like I gotta just trust it. So, with all that news being said, let's get to the charts. Okay, so we have our 15-minute orb marked out. On the left is the S&P 500, and on the right is the Nasdaq. So, what we did overnight from Friday, actually. Friday was this big consolidation up here at all-time highs, and then we fell. And then overnight has been this consolidation in here. Market open, multiple consecutive candle closures inside of orb, indicating that we're in consolidation and it's probably not a good day to trade. That's what I'm reading off of this. And then on NASDAQ on the right, we broke structure to the upside and we had been pushing up during orb. We had an increase of volume to the upside. But on S&P 500 during that time, we were consolidating. So S&T, where we were making a high and then we made a lower high. I was actually sizing up. I was looking at it like this. I was sizing up on that Q because I saw that we were moving up and we increased in volume here to the upside. Price came back down. So if you would have taken this, you'd have taken the first move. Price came back down, and then I looked at this as price came back down here and then came back up outside of orb. We had a 5-minute bullish candle closure along with this volume, but I guess this candle was an indication, probably not. But I looked at this like, okay, maybe I would hop in here. I got a trade of 8, I got on my broker, and I was like, I might do it. But we had this doji candle, and then you can see we're coming back into orb. So with that being said, if actually I am going to make this commitment to not trade during September, but I will show up each day for a market recap. So SLEPTEMBER, and then in October I'm going to risk, but it's going to be controlled. So with all this being said, let's put this on Google Sheets. The perfect trader. I gotta pee. Hold on. Just look at the charts. All right, y'all boys. So what I plan to do is during the month of September, I will not trade. positions for September. If I can do this, have more to risk in October, more market experience. Okay. So, honestly, I'm excited. It's just gonna be that is I think every day will be rewarding. It depends how I look at it because honestly, I feel like this is gonna be fun. I can't wait. Either you want it or I see you again. Yeah, I see you again. No trades September. All right. Let's see how this goes. Low key though, I would be ending the month in profit, like 40 something. You want me, yeah, you don't. Go back to being friends. Let's go on to Alpha Futures. All right. Looking back at my past, just my journey so far. So I was looking at my photos, and there were these. Just look at how my calendar looks now, and the fact that it says 8 trades is because it counts. So if I place like 4 positions, I think if I don't think it was, I think it was when I placed 2 separate positions targeting separate take profits because I'm not able to take partial profits, right? I've been trying to find ways, but that's why it says 8 trades. But just look at the dollar amount simplicity, less volatile compared to this. Bro, okay, if you can't see, it's like 227, 6 trades, 255. 581 win, loss 1100, win 370, win 620, win 500. So that's not as volatile, but then we get to like, I have a negative $1,000 day, $900 win day, $220 win day, another win, and then like a $1,000 loss, $500 loss, and then the next week I had two back-to-back $1,000 losses. I was just riding the cascade, dude. It was just like getting drugged by it. But so, with all this being said, if I can take some space away from the account, from trading, and I can just show up, if that's all I can do, then I feel like gotta oh fuck, I just showed that. Oh, well, I guess it doesn't matter when this account's gonna end. So, or not. Wait, let me see. Okay, so I'm gonna cancel. I'm gonna cancel the next the next month charge. All right, just unsubscribe from the next month. So, where do we go from here? I'm gonna be showing up. I'm going to show up to every market open, providing a recap, still journaling each market each day. So, still journaling each day as if I were to place a trade, monitoring my psychology. And then come October, I will not only have additional money to spend towards trading, but I'll have a more refined psychology. I'll be more familiar to, I will be more familiar to my strategy, and I'm going to work on it. So, September it is. And guess what? This is like my 69th trade recap. Or 68. It might be 68th. So, now as far as other investments go, I am hopping into Nvidia. I'm invested into Nvidia, as well as another quantum computing company. Now this is what I have in mind. I plan to. So I have been investing into NVIDIA whenever I have an excess amount of funds. And the excess amount of funds has just been like a couple $100. So I will, that's what I've been doing. And right now, I have, I think it's like 400 into NVIDIA and then 100 into this quantum computing company. With this in mind, why? The reason that I did this is because I saw that rates are getting cut. Now, if the rates are getting cut, what's going to happen next? Who does this affect? This affects the uh, the tech companies because when the rates get cut, there's more money to spend, and these companies, their spending is funded by investments. So their company is funded by the investments made from made from made from the public because they're public, but there's funding, and when there's funding, these companies their price rises and they're able to spend more. I think that's how it works. Anyways, when I've looked in the past, let me show you by facts, so I'm not just speculating because speculation is just bullshit. I'm just speaking bullshit. But when the rates got cut last, it was like last September into February. It was like consecutive months of rates getting cut. And right now we've been pumping on Nvidia. So riding the uptrend because the other day there was a deal that went through where Nvidia got cut out, or no people are no longer buying an item from them, and they're finding another source for their inventory, and this harmed. It was like a significant amount of orders though. So okay, when rates got cut, it was September into October, November, and price kept rising. And then on this quantum computing company, it was a cheap company that I could place a bet in, that I could say, okay, well, what happens if this goes the way that it has gone in the past? It's $15 a share, and it's a mid cap. Let me show you, or it might be small cap. Well, no, mid cap, 2.4 billion. Pretty sure mid cap market cap. 2 billion to 10 billion is a mid cap market cap. So it is a mid cap company. And it is said that mid cap technology companies see a rise in price during rate cuts. So what happened September? October. Here, let me look up as well. When were the last time the rates got cut? December 18th, 1822, making it their second rate cut since they began easing policy in September 2024. So September 2024, they probably released out information that this is what they were doing. Yeah. during September 18th, 2024. So let's keep that in mind. And let's go back over to here. If we look what happened in September 2024, price was like, it was like nothing. And then you see September 18th, was it? You can see September 18th, there was a spike in price, and then as they announced that rates were getting cut, we saw an increase in price. Significant increase. Look at that. In December 18th, was it? Bro. So, with this in mind, let's see what happens next. And I'm not looking for a $1 billion return, but I'm looking to place my bets. So, ooh, we broke orb. But like we said during SLEPTEMBER, no trades being taken. An entry, maybe on this candle closure outside of orb, because this was the first move. Price came back, exited orb again, increase in volume. But we've been on a decrease in volume overall, net volume. Here, even this candle might be a good one to enter on. But if we disregard what's happened in the past, we might get a tuition bill for the future, reminding you what happened in the past. So, with this being said, we had chop consolidation. This would be the first move. This would be the second. But I don't really know anything. I'm just speaking from experience. So, I'm going to catch y'all boys later. I was to show you this 5-minute candle closure. It's bullish. This was the first move. This would be the second move. Increase in volume to the upside. Enter on the bullish candle closure out. But what is it doing now? So maybe not. And then here, this would be the first move. Came back down, touched equilibrium of orb, exited. And then you would enter on the bullish candle out. So this one. So I'm gonna catch y'all boys later. Give it up if you want.